Alright guys, today I wanted to make a video about one of the world's up and coming young talents, and that is Gavi, who has just played his first World Cup for Spain at the age of 18, which I mean is an incredible achievement at the age of 18. I mean, what was I doing at the age of 18? I was doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm 19 now, but I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing a year ago, if that makes sense. So yeah, as a player, he is superb technically. A lot of people are comparing him and Pedri to Xavi and Iniesta, which is the obvious comparison, as they are, you know, the next generation of Barcelona's midfield, on from the midfield trio of Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets. It's yet to be seen who will be the Busquets in this trio, but Gavi is a player who, as I've said, incredible technique, but he has two qualities that I really like. One is the fact that he's constantly got his head over his shoulder, looking at what's around him, constantly sort of like scanning the pitch, if that makes sense, so he knows where everyone is at all times pretty much. And the other one that I particularly like is his ability to get stuck in. For a small lad who is, you know, still really young, he definitely, you know, lets his opponents know that he's there, and you know, has put in some big challenges throughout his short career so far. So yeah, he's already an integral part of Barcelona's team, one of the first names on the team sheet alongside Pedri in midfield, and yeah, and I think that might be the way it is for many years to come. Both are still teenagers. I think Pedri might have just turned 20, but they're both still, you know, ridiculously young. He had a little bit of a, well, not him personally, but with Spain, disappointing World Cup going out at the round of 16, but he didn't have a bad tournament at all. In fact, the first game, the 7-0 win against Costa Rica, he was absolutely superb in that game, scoring a goal, of course. And for the next three games, he still put in some good performances despite his team largely failing. I think it's fair to say a draw against Germany wasn't a bad result, but a disappointing loss to Japan and a draw to Morocco and a loss on penalties was, yeah, big disappointment for the Spanish. But yeah, it's still massive to be playing at a World Cup and being one of your country's most important players at the age of 18. It's just incredible, really. Another thing another ability that he has, which is I think very underrated, is his passing ability when it comes to balls on the edge of the box. One thing he can do is just play on the edge of the box. He can dink it, a diagonal ball over the defence to a player, like usually a winger running onto it, who can then either put it back across goal for someone else or shoot himself, which, you know, it is really useful to any team really when they're a dominant possessive side. He's also a very good dribbler. Like he's just, you know, a very good all-round player. There are very few weaknesses to his game. He's even scored headers for Barcelona, and you know, he's definitely not the tallest. So yeah, a very good all-round player for Barcelona at the moment. And yeah, I think that he could be the heartbeat of Barcelona's midfield for many years to come. He also scored a brilliant goal against Costa Rica, I should mention. Just a really well-timed volley, and just didn't panic when the ball came to him at all. He can score goals, as he showed for Barcelona as well. So yeah, he might not be the most unknown person I've included in this series, but I still think I should mention him because I think he could go on to be one of the defining central midfielders of the next decade, or even decade and a half, like we're seeing what Luka Modric is currently doing at the age of 37. It's just incredible, really.